we don't have technical difficulties, I'll be shocked.
That's so real.
I know, every time I've gone live, there's been some kind of technical difficulty at some point. People have let me play with, like, the be right back screen on still for, like, 10 minutes. And then people will be like, is it still supposed to be right back? Like, no.
No. Please. Would you look at that? The algorithm knew I wanted to repost. It was the first thing on my timeline.
I don't know what it is. I don't know how Threads does it, but it always shows you something that's posted about you. Like, it knows.
It does. It won't notify me that I've been mentioned, but it'll pop up on my timeline.
Right? And, like, if you don't get mentioned, subthreads always pop up about me. So there's this one guy, Rift, and he'll make, like, jokes about me being, like, the queen of the porn bots, and then, like, he and I are constantly, like, making each other lose the game.
Yeah.
And, like, he'll subthread me sometimes, and it always pops up on my timeline.
Yep. Same. I never get notifications about my mentions, but always it'll just pop up. Like that one thread where apparently I'm the most controversial.
Yes. Right.
Popped up on my timeline. I wasn't even tagged. It was just an emoji.
Yeah, and you
popped up on my timeline.
You weren't following that person either, right? No.
No. The algorithm.
Cammy Bear 85 says hi, ladies.
Hi.
Okay, so technically this will be like episode 1 of us talking about our DMs. So we can like go over anything we talked about prior because, you know, it didn't get recorded anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You can talk about your diaper guy again.
Oh yeah, my diaper guy that said he wanted me to give him a pacifier and had a Bible verse in his bio.
I bet he was engaged too.
Probably, or married.
Oh my god.
I'm sure. You know, I got a DM, let's see, a few days ago, and I was like, you know what? This one actually was like, let's see. What did he say? He said, okay, I got a little bit of the ick because we said, ION.
Okay.
I don't think there's a woman on earth I'd rather have over you right now. And I was like, all right. Okay. It's a little better than the 3,000 hays I get.
Hey. Hi. Sup?
Like, oh, okay, Mr. No Profile Picture.
When you're bored, so you let them get through the message requests. Okay. So, tell me where it went left.
I didn't open it.
Oh.
I didn't, actually open it. I didn't actually respond.
I thought maybe you,
No.
I would have, yeah, just see where he's gonna go with it. He would rather not have anyone else, so...
That's so true.
I've scrolled down to the bottom of my Twitter DMs again.
Yay!
We got the classic hi.
Hi. Hey.
What's up, beloved? What's up, beloved?
Oh, beloved?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I love the bots. Hey, bro, can I ask you a quick question? Like,
no.
Good job. Good job. Hi, beautiful menu.
Menu? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh my god, all the... Menu? No.
Don't you have it posted?
No.
Oh, okay.
I had a menu, and then I completely, disabled, just just took it apart and like revamped it, and then I said I don't like these prices either, and I'm too inconsistent, and I
Real.
like to charge people whatever I want to charge them.
I think that's so real.
Yeah, like some people, they give you that vibe where you want to give them like the best discount, but then there's other people where you're like $10 a minute.
No, I mean, I think that's fair. I do have a menu, but I also like sometimes I'm like situationally.
There's this guy who messaged me May 23rd, knock knock. Do you think if I answered him right now, do you think I could get the like do you think he'd give me the
joke.
punchline?
Maybe. I wonder if he remembers it.
Knock knock. Who's there? What's up? WSUP! Exclamation point. What's up?
Was it?
Oh, I love these people. Where are you from? Where are you from? I'm not gonna
yeah.
ever tell you that.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm gonna tell you. Actually, so I just told somebody this last night. There is a threader, a very very large, like a big number follower threader, who used to give people their home, or not their home, their work address.
Oh.
To send gifts to. Just random people like that. Like, where are you from?
Did it work?
Yeah.
I mean,
but like scary.
Yeah, like people have been like, "Oh, can I send you gifts?" And I'm like,
No.
No, thank you.
Like, you can go on my like Throne or my Amazon where my address is hidden and do that. But
Ew, but even then, Amazon doxes you. When it says, like, when it ships you something off your wish list, it says what city you're in.
I know, that's like the only downside to Amazon is that it shows what city.
Yeah.
But Throne does not, which is nice.
But Throne costs me way more money because they show up at my door and say, "Oh, by the way, you have to pay $50 if you want this."
Oh, that's so stupid.
It's because I'm Canadian, so it has to go across the state lines.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, and then I get charged some kind of something. I don't know. I don't even know what the charge is for, but it happened one time and I was pissed.
Well, and like, I feel like, what was that other one? Wish Tender? That one was really good, but then they just stopped.
It's because of Stripe. Stripe hates sex workers. And Stripe was the one paying out. Which, like, they're losing out on money, but that's fine, I guess.
Whatever, I guess.
Want to see Morningwood?
Those are always my favorite, because it's like, oh. No.
Damn
what am I
girl.
gonna do that?
Damn girl, I seen your page, and you look like the type to be quite in public and a freak in the bed. I think you meant quiet.
Thank you.
I'm actually very obnoxious in public. Like,
I am so loud.
I have my days where I'm like more reserved and quiet, but like honestly, I'm loud. I am outgoing. I am obnoxious and annoying, and if I've had too much caffeine, I'm all over the fucking place. So, unfortunately, no, I am not the type to be quiet in the streets and a freak in the sheets.
I wouldn't say I'm freaking the sheet, but I am loud.
I am loud. I don't know, like, apparently spitting on that thing is, like, phenomenal, so maybe we are freaks.
Maybe we are freaks, you're right.
The bar is a lot lower than I ever thought it was.
real. I honestly, like, as somebody who does not actually, like, have that much, like, in real life experience, I feel like I am way more, like,
diverse in experience.
yes,
Yeah.
than a lot of these people, because sometimes they'll say things and I'm just like, is that not, like, do you not just, like, do that?
Yeah. No, that's like definitely a thing that I come across too, and I say that to people all the time. I'll be like, I just found out that like a lot of girls are really bad at blowjobs. Like, what do you mean? I did not know it was so common for so many girls to be bad at blowjobs. Honestly, I thought it was an easy thing. I genuinely like thought it was just a thing that you could do by default, like learning how to swim. You know, it takes a little practice and then you're fine.
No, you're right. Because I mean, again, I do not have very much experience, and my body count is incredibly low. But like, I mean, they all they all always ask for more. So
Exactly.
I, I'm confused. And I don't mean that in like a mean way. I genuinely am just like, what do you mean you've never had a blowjob with like where you're not basically getting it chewed on, which like, you know, man up. But like, what do you mean you've never finished from that before? What do you mean? And like, you know, it's I think we've talked about this before, how it's like you think at first that the guy is like lying about it.
Yeah, and then
And
he's
then you
definitely not.
And then you can tell he's not lying, and you're like, oh,
And like
all right.
at first I was like, "Oh, that means I've got skill." And now I'm like, is it that I have skill or is it just that like
Everybody else is bad.
yeah.
I mean, I guess technically, if everybody else is bad, that means you do have skill, right?
I don't know, it just feels like rigged if the baseline is so low. And what do you mean my special talent is giving head?
Yeah,
As a demisexual, especially, it's not like I'm climbing the corporate ladder right now. I'm getting my heart broken.
climbing the corporate ladder is so funny. That's so real, though. Like, I don't know. I feel the same way, though, because I'm just like, what do you mean that's the lasting impression I've uh, like, uh, I mean, I guess everybody's gotta be good at something, I guess.
Great. I love that for me.
Me too. I love it for me too. It's
Yay.
so great.
Yay. Um, so back in June, this guy sends
Mm-hmm.
me three of the breath out emojis. And then,
Uh-huh.
so, that's it. Like, so,
So what?
right?
What do you want?
Oh, it refreshed. I had my phone off for too long.
Um, one of my favorites is still when that one guy was DMing me a bunch and I wasn't replying, and then he sent me $30 to open his message and said, "Do you want to make some bad decisions?" And I still never opened it, and then he unsent the message.
But he didn't unsend the $30.
No, he did not. I kept that shit.
Oops.
I also.
I accidentally just accepted a message request and all it says is sexy, talk to me, babe. Oops. It was from October. He's probably gonna get a notification and be like, oh, she wants to talk to me. Like, fuck. No, I don't.
I really don't. It was an accident, I swear. I think there was There was also the time I had opened a message and started a conversation with this guy, and he just sent me a video. And I stopped replying. And he sent me $25 and said sorry.
What was the video of?
You know, apparently simply talking to me got him off. Which, like, thank you.
Another thing, to be honest, that a lot of people aren't good at is having communication strong enough that you can get people off through messaging.
Wait, people can't do that?
Like, people can't communicate. You ever think about how dry some of these men are to you? Imagine they're women talking to them the same way.
That's so true.
There are two pieces of Tinder out there rubbing up against each other in each other's text messages.
I mean, I say that, and, like, I've only ever done that twice.
That you know of.
No, like, I'm saying, like, me, I've only ever, like, gotten off via, like, messaging
that doesn't count.
twice.
That doesn't count.
But, like, getting other people off.
Countless times. Sometimes just out of boredom.
I mean, sometimes just with my, like, saying, like, a couple of words in a voice note.
Oh my god, those ones are the best, because at first you're like, yeah, this sounds like a fun idea, and then you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. What's the fastest way to get them done?
Yep, and that's usually what happens, is you just, you know, toss a couple voice notes in there, and we're done. We did it.
Yay.
There was a guy who was like, please send me a voice note, and I was bored, so I was like, alright, fine, so I did, and then the very next message was, wow, your voice took my pants right off. And I was like, oh. Okay.
Like, that's something you say to your friend, not to someone you're genuinely trying to, like, get with.
Alright, I mean, happy for you, but...
Are you, though? Like, that sounds like it's unfortunate. Like, I don't know. If I'm not safe enough to have a conversation around you without my pants just fucking flying off, I don't know. That's not okay.
Well, that's why I was like, alright. Cool. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know how to respond to that.
Like, I would have been like, you need to get that checked out.
Oh. Yes. Real.
This person said, hello, fellow Canadian. How's life treating you? Like to know more about... Talk soon. P.S. You look fantastic. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Thanks, but no thanks.
Hey, good morning. I know this might sound strange, but I randomly discovered you through Threads. Saw you do sex work like me, but I do it for the gay market, and I saw you had a post that said Diablo 4 or me, or something like that, and I play Diablo 4, and I'm looking for more friends to play with, so I was wondering if you might be down to have each other as friends on Battle.net. LOL. Anyways, figured I'd shoot my shot. If you're not interested, no worries at all. Have a great day. It's not a bad message, but why go through all that?
Just to ask to play Diablo with you.
Yeah. And like why? What would we talk about while we played Diablo 4 together? At first, I could see for maybe the first like hour shooting the shit about like, so it'd be like comparing the sex market as a female perspective to the gay man perspective. So like at first that'd be cool, but then like beyond that, yeah.
And like there's only so much much to talk about when it comes to, like, sex work. Like,
yeah. And
as much as people make it this, like, big giant thing, it's really not, like...
Well, a lot of it's the same stories over and over again because it's the same type of people doing the same type of shit.
Yeah, like, it's funny, but, like... I don't know.
It's funny, but how many times?
Yeah, and, like, I mean... Especially if it's already somebody who's, like... in that field. Like, if it's somebody who's not in the field, it's a little different, I feel like. But if it's already somebody who's in that field, then they already know. Like,
yeah.
You know.
I always love talking to people who have, like, no idea about it, and, like, the people who genuinely want to know more information, they're always, like, they ask the weirdest questions about it, and then they're like, oh, sorry, I don't mean to ask that, but then it's like, I never would have thought about that on my own, so, like, low-key, like, thanks for asking.
Yeah, like, it does, that's what I mean, like, it makes it a little bit interesting, because you're just like, oh, huh, I would have never thought to ask that question, but, like,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I mean, like, but when it's, like, another sex worker, you're just like, you two? Yeah.
It's kind of like, at some point with parenting, being a single mom, especially, at some point you just don't talk about your kids anymore because, like, that's all you've talked about for so long. You're done. You don't. Yep. You don't want to talk about that.
That's my main topic of my everyday conversation anyway. I really don't.
Right.
And it doesn't mean I don't love my kids. It just means I need to be an adult for a second and not talk about that stuff. I'm making coffee so I don't die.
I have a monster.
Oh, we love that. Somebody told me, this person does not have ADHD, so I don't believe them, but somebody said that drinking 2 Celsius is equivalent to Adderall.
I don't know. I'm not the best person to ask because I got my doctor to prescribe me Ritalin and Adderall at the same time.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, so I've been on both for like 3 or 4 months now, like every day, Ritalin and Adderall. The only thing is, my nighttime meds make me so hungry all day.
See, I would hate that.
I can't lose a single pound because despite the fact that I'm on 2 different stimulants and, like, here's the third, I am gaining weight because of my nighttime meds. I was taking them in the daytime and it was worse. I was ballooning because I couldn't stop eating.
Oh.
So I started taking them at nighttime so that most of it happens at night, but like I still I get hungry. It sucks. Mental illness.
I need to go on meds.
I think I need my Wellbutrin back. Oh yeah, damn gorgeous. We'll have to sub to the OF. Don't do that. Just subscribe.
Just do it.
Don't tell me about it.
Yeah, I don't want to know. Just go do it.
Dear
because
Lord,
they probably
you are
didn't
hot.
even do it. Oh.
But it's Dear Lord, you, just the letter U, R, just the letter R, hot, and then the panting emoji.
Thanks.
Hello. Hey, can we be bed friend for SEX? Can we be bed friend?
If I had replied to it, I would have been like, the fuck is a bed friend? Are you talking about a bed bug?
Oh my
No.
god. Uh, wow, I'll be honest, you turn me on so much.
Thanks.
It feels like
Cool.
there's a but behind it, you know?
Yes.
You turn me on so much, but
Like it feels like almost like a
neg.
how do I say this? Where it's like they're shocked
Yeah.
by how much, and it's like, oh, okay.
Like what's it called? It's called a double-sided insult or no, backhanded insult. Or
Yeah.
backhanded compliment words.
Yes, backhanded compliment because it's like it feels like you're telling me this because you are like surprised at yourself, which is like okay, that's cool. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, like oh, you're good at this for a girl type shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So many of the hey, how are you? Hi, hey. And you know what? Going through individually, like it's comedic, but when it happens, it just like what pisses me off is it feels like such a waste of my time to then have to clear this in notifications because all you wanted to say was hey.
I know. Again, I think we said this last time, but like, if you're gonna go through all the effort to like message somebody like that you don't know and like try to start a conversation with them, especially if like most of these people are like interested in you, like, and that's all you're gonna say. But like, and it's not even like I'm asking for like a long message.
No.
It's just like it doesn't have to be long. It just has to be like a little different than hey. Because I know some people have been like, well, then if we message you a really long message, then it's like you don't want that either. And it's like, no, it doesn't even matter how long it is. It's just hey is so like I don't know. It just feels so low effort.
It would be one thing if you said hey to me, I said hey to you, and that was the end of that. But it's not because they think that they can then have a full out conversation, but the whole time it feels to you like nails on a chalkboard because they don't know how to properly talk to keep your attention.
Yep, it's very dry.
And they feel entitled to that time.
Oh, yeah.
You give them like, one reply, you accept that message request, and then they are all of a sudden entitled to you.
Yeah. And you're just like, no. Like, what's that line from How to Get Away with Murder? It is a privilege. Talking to me is a privilege that you don't have.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's actually mind-boggling that your pillows are way fluffier than they seem.
Oh,
yeah. My pillows.
Your pillows. I'm gonna exclusively call them pillows now.
Okay. And they're fluffy.
Mm-hmm. Fluffy.
The thought of fluffy boobs sounds terrible to me.
That sounds horrible. That sounds so hot.
Yes.
Like, they're already...
Or, like... but it could be either hot or, like, I don't know, like, imagine they got wet.
Oh my God.
I just feel like fluffy is, like, it absorbs and, like, imagine your boobs just absorbs water.
They're already heavy enough. I don't need...
That's where we carry our extra water. I need to stop smoking weed. Please, may I please worship every last inch of you? They said, you are seriously so damn sexy, I can't get over you. May I please worship every last inch of you? No.
No, but, like, thank you.
You can from, like, over there.
From a distance, sure. That's fine.
This one, I don't know. This is from September. It says, your last post, though. First of all, which one?
Which one?
Second of all, even if I knew which one, what does that mean?
Yeah, like, what about it?
Is it good? Is it bad? Did it make you feel a type of way? Mings on Twitch says, What are we talking about? And hey, new girl. We're talking about our DMs and just different things that men have said to us online.
Oh, yeah, hey.
Oh, do you have a pussy laughing emoji? Because I don't see him laughing emoji.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that your pussy is a he.
Yeah, I found out through Twitter, as we
Mm-hmm.
usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then this one, give me a text if you're in my city, and then his phone number.
Oh, that's right.
Like, I
Who
swear
does that?
I almost blocked this person. They have their first and last name as their like Twitter name, and then it's just like random string of letters as their username, and then it says give me a text if you're in, and then like the city I live in, and then his phone number with a local area code. I almost blocked them.
That freaks me the fuck out.
It's too close. It's too close to home. I don't like it.
Scary.
This person said on October 26th, yo, I have a question.
I wonder if they'd remember their question now.
Let's find out. What is your question?
If
Nice
they said they didn't remember, if they said they didn't remember, I'd be like, oh man, I really, really wanted to know.
Like, fine, blocked. This person just said nice pics. I'm really glad they went out of the way to say that. Just nice pics.
You know, it's not like they couldn't have commented that.
Hi, and then it says this media is hidden. I'll trust Twitter on that one.
Oh yeah. If Twitter's hiding it. No, thank you.
This person, I love their enthusiasm, but like, they said, holy fuck, exclamation, 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 dream in all caps, heart, eyes emojis, and then the one that goes like that. You are my dream. I hope you're having a good day. Winking emoji. Not even in the winking emoji. It's like the actual wink that you type out.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, this game is a lot different. Two Straws says, oh well, hello, this game is different, talks a lot. There's a lot of dialogue in this one. I don't like when people say that I'm their dream girl because like I'm a nightmare sometimes, honestly. Like I'm not a dream girl. I am the calm before the storm. You don't want that.
Like I love it's like it's a sweet compliment. However, you don't know me, you just know what I look like. So
oh my god. And the worst is when I had a faceless account and I would post things and people would be like, you're so beautiful. Like, what do you mean? No, I'm not. You don't know what I look like.
When I started on Twitter, I just did feet. That's all I did. And people would comment stuff like that and be like, God, I could spend the rest of my life with you and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you literally only know what my feet look like.
It's honestly insulting, and that's part of the reason I stopped being faceless, because, like, it just felt so insulting for people to be like, you're so beautiful. How do you know?
You don't know.
I could be, like that ugly hag from Matilda. That woman. I could look like that with, like, my body. And you're telling me I'm beautiful? You don't know that.
You really don't know. And I'm being, like, very, like... it's... Again, I just did the feet thing, I was like, stop telling me I'm so gorgeous when you don't know. All you know is, okay, it's one thing if you said that my feet were that, because you can see those. But to say me as a whole is crazy. That is crazy behavior. Because you don't know.
I would love to understand a foot fetish. Like, so I'm neither here nor there on it. Like, I don't hate it. I'm not, like, I don't love it. I don't, whatever. I've had guys put their mouth on my feet multiple times, different men, and it's not for me, but I'm not like against it. If that gets you off, then fine. But like, I would love to just understand it.
Yeah, no, same. Because I know, like, I mean, based on the experience I've had with people who've had those. No, I've not had it in person, but, online I have. And it's like, it's such an intense thing.
Mm-hmm.
Always. Every single time, it's like an intense thing. And I want to know what that's like.
The last guy I was seeing, he was a foot guy. Yeah. And like he hinted that he wanted things, but like I like speak with your chest. If you're gonna have a fetish, speak with your chest. You want things, speak up. Ask for it. So he never got certain things that he wanted, which is like honestly like a bit relieving for me because the amount of effort that goes into things like that. That's That's
Especially
the only
when it's
part
not
that I
something
really care about.
Well, and like especially when it's not something that you personally are into.
Yeah, exactly. But um he would like rub his face on my foot while in like my legs are up, and like to me like I watched him do it, and like he was busy like a cat like fucking rubbing up on my foot. And so he didn't know that I was like looking at him, like kind of side-eyeing him a little. And because like, why? What about that is like, what do you mean you're rubbing your face on my foot? Like, why? What is that doing for you?
Yeah, it's just, and it's not even like, I don't know, it's not even like I'm like, that's so stupid. It's more just like I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I just genuinely don't understand.
Oh, your body is perfect. I just know it would look good with what I have for you, baby.
No, but
No,
thanks.
no, thank you. Are you okay with getting nudes? Oh,
No.
your body looks perfect. Are you okay with getting nudes?
No.
You're so sexy, and your boo is T. Your boo,
my boo is what?
Your boo, BOO, is T. TEA.
I see what we were trying to do.
Like the vision.
I didn't like it though.
Yeah.
I did not like it. I see where you were going with it, but no.
Man, I lose out on so much money because like I just can't. So this person says, "Hi, do you do GFE, femdom, and RP?" And like, I wish I could. I wish I could.
I will say, I feel like I chickened out because I feel like I could have made so much money as findom because I used to do that. I started it because I started with feet and it led in straight into that.
Okay.
And that's like but that was my first, like, that's the first thing I ever did with sex work, which I feel like is really intense. And I mean, what I did do was insanely lucrative for how little effort I had to put in, but it scared the fuck out of me because I was like, I've never done anything like this before. Hello? it's like, you know, it's been like a year since I started doing this stuff. It's like,
I would have been able to make so much money. Oh.
Bless you.
Jesus Christ. I would have been able to make so much money if I were doing sex work, like, honestly, like 6 years ago. Thank you, Two Straws. Two Straws says, bless you. That was ridiculous. But, like, I would have made so much more money had I started sex work years ago, and I wish I'd made an OnlyFans when it was new, but I was always in, like, relationships with guys who would, like, if you even think about selling nudes, you're a whore and a prostitute type thing.
Yeah.
Like, my ex. Oh my god. Did I ever tell you how I started on my OnlyFans?
No.
Okay, so I originally was going to, like, I wanted to do OnlyFans because I knew the money was there. I've always thought about it because, like, I mean, like, hello. But I never was in a position to, like I said, because of my exes. And the one day, after I broke up with my last ex, we were texting, and I made a comment about how, oh, like, I needed extra money, so maybe I should just catfish someone and sell their nudes type thing to make money. And he lost his mind. Now, as I said, we'd broken up. So we were still kind of seeing each other, but not, like, together. And he lost it, called me a prostitute, called me a whore, like, said, like, if I were to ever do anything like that, like, it somehow led into, like, talking about OnlyFans, too. He said, like, if I were to ever do something like that, I'd be, you know, no better than a hooker, basically. And then, so a few months later, we were still broken up, but still kind of seeing each other because I'm an idiot. And we were hanging out, and he left my house. And when he left my house, he fucked up his car. He had a little, like, anger episode, and instead of being, like, patient and, like, making an effort to, like, do things the calm way and get his car out of a parking spot, he just, like, freaked out and ended up, like, tearing up the side of his car. Yeah. And he was like, he had to take it to the shop, and I think they said it was going to cost, after insurance, like $1,000 or something out of pocket. And he didn't have that. Like, he had it, but, like, he didn't. And he was, like, stressing about money and whatever. And then he's like, so about that OnlyFans.
Have I ever told you how I got into it?
No.
So, because it's a very similar story. We love men. So,
I wish I could be gay.
I mean, I kind of am. I'm just scared of women. But, so I, you know, I'm not with my kid's dad, but I am still living, or not anymore, but at the time.
Yes.
I was still living with him. And, he was spending all of our money on his own things, not bills and rent, and he couldn't make it. And I couldn't get a job, because we couldn't afford childcare, and I didn't have a car. So he suggested that I start selling pictures. And keep in mind, I have this on, like, text proof, because he has said recently, like, I'm going to try to use this against you. And I'm like, that's nice. Go ahead, because I have the text proof of you saying, hey, maybe you should sell some pictures because I can't make rent. So for, you know, months and months and months, I was the one making rent. But, you know, I'm gross and disgusting. It's only gross and disgusting when... Or it's only not gross and disgusting to them when it's convenient for them.
Mm-hmm.
When they get something out of it, a.k.a. the fruits of your labor.
Mm.
And it's like, oh, I thought you said this was gross.
See, for me, my ex asked me to, but like I was so new to it and I had no one to go to like talk to and like no help. So by the time I actually like made any money, like I was of no help to him anyways, and he's like, "Oh, just by the time that I made any money, like a couple dollars, he's like, just keep the money." Um type thing, because it been to the point where we were like no longer talking, and he's like, I don't want anything from that. He's tried to turn it around now and be like, "Oh, are you still making money off our content?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not. You are not getting money out of me because I'm making money off you. I'm not. I won't make money off of him. I deleted all content that was with him."
I'm doing this on my own now. Like, nope, you don't get any of it. Bye.
Like, I wish I had made content with someone who I could trust wouldn't be like petty about me reselling the content now, but unfortunately, like, both people who I've made like content with, they've turned around and be like, "Oh, are you still making money off of it?" Like, no, and I'm glad I'm not, because now I can say no.
Well, yeah, and again, like, I don't know, I've just always thought it was, because again, like, that's something that my ex has tried to say, like, oh, well, I can use it against you, which, to be fair, no, you really can't, because it has no direct effect on my kids. If anything, the only effect it's had is, keeping a roof over their heads.
Well, like, since I started making more money on OnlyFans, I don't remember the last time I've had to ask my baby dad for extra money because I haven't needed it.
Exactly. So I stopped, like, working on my stuff for a little while, and and I need money now. And I'm like, oh, but suddenly, and you're complaining, and he's complaining that I need money, and I'm like, huh, that's funny. or he'll be like, he'll ask me if I have any money from my pictures. He'll be like, do you have any money? Because I need some money. And I'm like, oh, I thought you didn't like that. I thought that was gross. But suddenly you need money, and interesting. Men. Do you get on TikTok?
Not often anymore.
So there's this girl on there. I think her name is Blue Eyed Kayla. And she lives in Australia. And, like, all forms of sex work are completely legal there.
Okay.
And so she's a full sex worker. And I'm obsessed with her. I've never considered, like, full sex work before. I don't know if I could mentally handle that.
I couldn't, nope.
But she is such a businesswoman, and it's crazy. Like, she'll just sit and talk about, like, I mean, she won't, like, say names and stuff because she has really high-end clients that, like celebrities from the U.S. and stuff like that, people in, like, Japan and stuff. But, like, she'll talk about it, and she'll talk about, like, the business aspect of it, and I'm like, bro, this is so... That kind of stuff intrigues me, because it's not stuff that I do, and I'm just like, whoa. Like, that's crazy. Like, how I don't know that I could ever do it, because I don't think I have the mental stability for that. But whoa.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to, like, really learn more about.
Well, because she's so factual. I don't know if it's because she's just so, like, not weird about it.
Yeah.
She's just so normal about it. She's like, it's just another job. So then it makes me want to listen to her more because she's just so factual about it all. Like, some guy just flew her out for just an overnight in, I think it was Japan. And she talked about, like, the start to finish process. She talked about, like, how she vetted if he was real or not. She talked about how much money she made. She talked about how much she charges. And I was like, this is crazy.
So for
Like,
for me, it's two things. One, which I'm sure you completely relate to, is the Demi thing. Not being able to have sex, like, I would throw up just thinking about walking out my door to go have sex with a stranger just because they're paying me. I don't think I could do it. Maybe after, like, multiple times of doing it, but it'd be torture. It'd be like,
oh, yeah.
Absolute torture. But the second thing is, like, and now I'm sure she has no issue with it because she's so, like, far in her career. But, like, getting to that point is the safety thing. That is, like, I'm so scared. I could never just, like, do anything like that because I'm scared. I couldn't even go to, like, I couldn't be a stripper because, like, I'm scared. I'm too afraid of, like, real life consequences.
Yeah, and that is something else she's talked about too, is she was like, she does talk about, like, how often she says no to people based on, like she's like, you know, she talks about how she was like, you know, they never come to her house and she never goes to their houses. It's always a hotel, and it's always a hotel she books. And she's like, there's just things, because she's, I think there was a TikTok, I can't remember what it was about originally, but she was like, don't just do whatever. Like, you actually have to use your brain about it. She was like, I think there was one TikTok where she did say that, like, the couple, because it was a couple booking, and she said that they had booked the hotel, but she was like, the only reason she agreed to it is because she had a security guard coming with her. But, like, she was like, I never never go to their house. They never come to my house. I was always at a hotel. It's always at a hotel she books. She always has some form of, like, security guard either in the hotel or, like, outside the hotel waiting for her. But, like, additionally, that just means, like, you also have to keep in mind that means you have to pay them too. But yeah, getting to that point is also, like, I mean, she's talking about how hard, like, you have to work really hard to get to, like, the ease of which she has it now. Like, it was not easy at the beginning, which I think that also scares me, is, like, because, you know, people are always like, oh my gosh, that seems like such a breeze, I want to do that. And it's like, well, no, like,
yeah, well,
in order to
OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly. In order to get to the point where it is kind of just a routine, it's hard.
Well, and even then, I'm slacking on posting on mine. But, like, getting to the point where it's even worth it to you to keep doing it is so hard. Like, there were times where I wanted to just delete my account and just say, never mind, like, pretend I never even tried. I wanted to just give up and say, fuck it, because why do I keep putting in all of this effort for. I was making no money at one point. Like, it just, to me, it felt like there was no reason to even have this. And then one day, I made money. One day, I started making more money. And I pushed through it. And I know it'd be the same with, like, sex work, like, on that side. But, man, I can't, I don't, nope. All the power to them. And I wish
I could. Because I know that stuff brings in bank. But it's like, I can't.
And we have the look for it. You could get away with being an escort. I could get away with being an escort, but we can't.
I mentally cannot do that, and I wish I could. But it's stuff like that, though, that makes me, like, when people are just like, oh, sex work is just, you just have to be hot, you just have to do that. No, the fuck it's not.
It helps. It really helps. But
it's not just being hot and posting a picture. It's not just being hot and talking to a couple people. Like, it is hard. Like, you do it for a little while. Tell me how you feel after you've done it for a little while.
Oh my god.
Like, it's hard. And like you said, like, at first you're not even making money, so you feel like it's pointless. And like now, when I go back to doing it, I know I'm gonna have that feeling again because I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, because I was doing so good, and then it just all dropped off, and now I'm gonna have to make all the effort to start doing that again, and I'm gonna be like, this is fucking stupid. I'm gonna get frustrated. And I will say,
just lean into it.
Well, I do think it almost, not that I think that I would ever recommend this, but I do think it kind of helped almost in a way that I started out with something as hard as fandom.
Yeah.
Because I mean, again, I would never recommend that because it's it's a little intense for your first thing to do. But it did give me a little bit of a like, okay, like if I can do that, I can do this. You know, I don't know.
Well, it looks like you have to go, and I should probably go too.
Yeah, I gotta drive to work.
Ew, I have to get ready for work.
My like actual job.
Yeah, me too.
Not my side gig, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay.
Let's do this again next week.
Okay.
We're gonna make it a Tuesday morning thing.
I love it. I'm excited.
Yay.
We'll get a routine. Maybe I'll have maybe Diaper Man will come back.
Maybe. Alright. Okay. Bye. Bye. Okay. This is the part where I say goodbye. Because I have to go get ready for work, just like she did. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I'm gonna post this on YouTube.